Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Woe77, with special thanks to Anerdinwarpaint, Matthew Holmquist, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook, all of whom helped make this series possible. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Wasteland 3, as we officially move beyond the beta and start delving into the seedier underbelly of Colorado Springs. Now, I should note that I have made a few minor tweaks to our character sheets. First of all, I went ahead and shored up Doll's sneaky skill. And I also went ahead and put a few points into Animal Whisperer on Longway. My original plan was to shoehorn that in on Retcon, but Longway's actually going to have access to a lot more skill points in the long run. Plus, we can basically consider armor modding a secondary skill. We're not in any rush to max that out. Essentially, Longway's duty is now Collective Pet Wrangler, both technological and otherwise. On a related note, I think we're going to go ahead and pick up the Animal Training perk. We're obviously also going to want to pick up the Handy perk when we get the chance, but we don't really have much in the way of deployables right now anyway, so for the time being, Animal Training is a much more practical investment. Alright, let's get started.
Team November, come in.
Oh, this is Team November. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got Ms. Wong, the manager at the Sands Lux Apartments, on the line. And this one might actually be something. Says she's got a tenant who might be making bombs in...
Shush, shush, shush. Let me talk to them. You're leaving out important details. It's the weirdo in apartment 3. He's gonna kill us all. There's all kinds of loud banging coming from his room. And he's not alone. He's got friends in there. They're planning something. I know it.
Huh. Have you tried calling the marshals? Downtown is their territory.
Do you think I would have called you if the marshals had listened to me? They say I call too much. Goddamn lazy good-for-nothings. Maybe there was nothing going on those other times, but this one's real. I'm sure of it. Come to the Sands Lux Apartments now. That loony's liable to blow the whole place sky high.
Sorry, November. Over and out.
Huh? What do you mean by sorry?
Okay, I guess we are taking a small detour. That's more or less in the same direction we were headed anyway.
You read the last issue of the Colorado Patriot?
Oh, real funny cartoon in there. When Jeffy ripped the robo arm off that scar collector, I cracked up.
I was gonna ask about the articles, but never mind.
Would you rather freeze to death or burn?
You're a barrel of monkeys, huh?
Come on, answer the question.
All right. Burn. You're gone faster, and free cremation so your family saves a few bucks on the funeral.
Drowned in chocolate pudding for me.
Okay.
Extra, extra, bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods!
Boy.
Alright, I'll bite. Hey kids.
Ew, Troy! Those old people are looking at us?
It's okay, Brandy. I got this. Get lost, you perv douchebags. Before I... Wait a minute. You're old, right? Can you get us some beers? Stupid Mary Milkteeth won't sell us any. Too young, she says.
Yeah, as much fun as it would be to, encourage underage drinking on my content-controlled YouTube channel, I think we'll, play this one a bit on the safe side. Let's wrap, fellow youths. Drinking and drugs ain't cool, okay? Stay in school.
Holy shit, can you be any more lame?
Yeah, probably.
Just ew.
Alright, you know what? Maybe later.
Yeah, later.
I thought it was cool.
Maybe I'll join the marshals. I do like roughing people up.
You'd get drummed out in a second, you crackpot.
I'm sure they could use my help. I even got my own blackjack.
That's weird. You're weird.
Yeah? This is the Sans Lux Apartments? Who's there?
Desert Rangers? Here to see Miss Wong?
What? You're here? I don't believe it. Come in, come in.
Rosie Wong is waiting for you when you enter, smoking a cigarette. She smiles when she sees you. Her teeth are the color of caramel corn.
I can't believe you came. Those goddamn marshals never come. They think I'm a pest. I'm vigilant, is what I am. V-I-G-I-L...
She takes a deep drag.
A-N-T. Anyhow, I hope you're ready for trouble, Rangers, because I got a situation here.
Oh, come on, Rosie. I always came when you called, didn't I?
You're with the Rangers now, Quan? Well, you were one of the better ones. I'm glad you're out of that marshal racket.
You know, Quan is interesting. He's like the polar opposite of Lupinski. They both represent the marshals, but in very different ways. What's your problem with the marshals?
They're bought and paid for. Sure as hell never help ordinary citizens, let me tell you. Unless you pay them extra, but I never pay anybody until they earn it.
That is fair. Why do the marshals think you're a pest?
Because I ask them to do their job. They hate that, the lazy, fat-ass carbuncles. If they never did a lick of work in their lives, it would be too much for them. Ugh.
Well, that definitely fits what we saw with Lupinski. What seems to be the trouble?
The guy in room 3, Irv. He's not supposed to have anybody else living there, but I hear voices in there all the time. They're always banging on stuff, and I can smell burning and bleach and I don't know what else. Make him stop it or throw him out. Either one is fine with me.
Have you looked inside the room?
I can't. The shifty bastard's put his own locks on the door. That's how I know he's up to no good. Apartment room 3, end of the long hallway. The door's on the right. I know he's up to something. I just know it.
Okay, Rosie. We got it.
All right, well, we are already here, so we might as well be thorough about this. I think it's safe to say that this is Miss Wong's room. Kathmandu. I like that. Ah, right. Longway technically already has a companion because he's got Major Tom attached to him. But we can circumvent that by briefly dismissing Tom, recruiting a new animal, and then re-recruiting Tom. I guess we'll hold out until we see something a bit more exotic. Evidence. This cassette has multiple courier labels on it, as if sent back and forth numerous times. And yeah, we're definitely in Miss Wong's room.
Alright, Marshals, listen up. If you won't take my noise complaint seriously and do your damn job, then I guess I'll just have to do it for you. There's been strange noises coming out of apartment 3 all week. People yelling and stomping around at all hours, and strange mechanical sounds. He could be making bombs for all I know. You say you need evidence? Well, Irv just left, so I'm going inside and documenting everything I find. Who's there? Oh, it's Rosie Wong, the landlady. I was just checking to make sure you were okay. Why wouldn't I be okay? Oh, well, you know, the noise. I'm fine.
Interesting. Seems pretty straightforward. I think we have enough points for that generator. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Might as well bump those charisma scores. Gotta make sure our companions don't fall too far behind. Long way. Hey, look at that. While sickly and starved looking, this chicken is unexpectedly spry. For some reason, half of its head is shelled in metal, and cybernetic parts are implanted in its body. Hey, come with us if you want to live. It hops diagonally away from you, feathers fluffed and eyes wide with shock. But it does not take long before the chicken decides you worthy of cooperation and begins following your lead. Intriguing. We'll have to make sure we drop that thing off at the coop in front of Ranger HQ. Low-tier assault rifle. And low-tier armor. Let's see if we can actually use any of this stuff. Yeah, I guess it's really just upgrades for Quan.
Fuck off.
Rude.
Huh? Get the fuck out of my apartment.
Yeah, I guess that's, fair. You know what? Let's go ahead and swap that badge over. We're going to be cracking a lot of locks here. Really?
Rainbow tables used to break encryption.
Interesting. All of these computers seem to be networked together. They are running completely unrecognizable streams of code.
Meat space demons intercepted. Display rendered object and assigned to translation vectors.
This hooded figure peers at you, unblinking, and proffers a simple metal case. He seems to want you to take it. What are you offering us?
Redundant variable detection grid populated by live stream data.
Thanks, I guess.
Alert. Do not delete local references to object. If memory allocation is null, then unhandled exception occurs.
It appears he's telling you not to open or discard the case, or you'll face some kind of consequence. He turns back to his terminals and seems to forget you're in the room.
Support disabling implicit wig set operation.
Weird.
Drop custom C-node ref counting in favor of pointers.
Oh, well, I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, that makes much more sense. This room's almost normal. Hey, a toaster. Nice. I believe we can actually crack this open. For we are a trained toaster repairman. Argon lance. Sized and weighted like a heavy machine gun, but glowy and zappy like something from space. That is a pretty ideal combination. Though, unfortunately, energy cells are $6 apiece, and this thing burns through 9 of them per burst. I'm not sure we can actually afford to use that thing. Looks like we'll have to bump our lock picking. Okay, that's fine. This will actually put her up a level.
Traitors! Traitors, all of you!
Huh.
The world is ours, Josephine!
Sure. Yeah, sneaky. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had the right skill.
What's my name? Why don't you tell me my name? Can you see me?
That's,
Sacramento, California.
weird.
The square of the hippopotamus is 3 times the length of its eye. home again, juggity juggity jug.
Oh, we've got a turret, too. Almost walked right into that.
They must never know. No one must ever tell them.
What in the world is happening over there?
Eureka! The secret at last! Traitors! Traitors, all of you! Thank you so much. You have been the most great. Sacramento, California.
Okay, we can't look at the computer without being caught.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Nitro burning funny cars. 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 11, and 11. I can see my own cells.
Good for you. Good for you.
I am a human just like you. I swivish cuff schmiddaloo to. Can you see me? Do I exist? Thank you so much. You.
This machine looks like a dirty glass coffin connected to a makeshift hodgepodge of generators, computers, gauges, and ductwork. The apparatus is obviously advanced biotech, even if it's a bit slapped together. A pixelated video in the corner shows the glass coffins opening and identical men stepping out. They look just like the raving people occupying the room. The cloning device's computer monitor displays some readouts and a blinking cursor. The graphs and tables are labeled things like generational decay and biorhythm harmonics. Interestingly, the data suggests that the machine didn't just make the clones. It's emitting some kind of signal that's keeping them from destabilizing. Shut it down and they might simply disintegrate. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I mean, we could try talking to them, but somehow I don't think that would get us anywhere. The machine's low hum sputters and dies. The clones collapse to the floor, choking and gurgling.
Can you see me? Do I?
Well, The readouts and graphics have flatlined now that the clones are dead. Given specialized knowledge and the right resources, it might be possible to make more. Good to know. I think we'll pass. Still need to take care of that turret, though. Lab coat. Pulse rifle. Not bad. Alright, let's get that turret shut down. Clear the rest of the room. There we go. Can't crack the safe yet. That'll have to wait. The Clown's Guide to Paints, Makeup, and Acid. Oh, and 10 grenades. No, wait. 10 confetti grenades. Great. 1984's top seller. Now you too can look like a clown. Chapter 5. Making Clown Paints. So kids, you have your clown outfit, your clown horn, and clown nose already? Great! Now it's time to make your very own clown makeup! Wow! That's right, you're making your paints yourself, and the next chapter will discuss how you can use them to paint your face. Note, do not attempt without supervision of your parent or legal guardian. Clowns Inc. cannot be held responsible for any paint-related accidents. There are 4 basic colors you'll want to make: a brilliant light blue, a beautiful indigo, a beautiful crimson allura red, and a subtle light green to finish things off. Please refer to the mixes below. Oh, and they've actually got some pretty comprehensive chemistry ingredients. That must be related to some puzzle we haven't encountered yet. We'll have to keep an eye out. And in the short term, I'm sure Bonkers can get some use out of this. He must have thought this was a book on clone paint. Turn your Jan into a Marcia. Sure. Gotta say, that is a dated reference even for me. Oh, did we? Yeah, we missed something out in the hall. Meat Pies. How to Make Pies from Scratch by N. Lovett. Wow, Sweeney Todd, huh? We're all over the place here. That's weird. Looks like long ways up. We'll let him handle the nerd stuff. On the desk, you find a chaotic mess of ancient dot matrix printouts, scientific journals, and dog-eared books. Notes are scrawled upon them in a wild, childish hand. A computer awaits a button press. The computer instantly returns with bold, blinking text. No subject found on primary or secondary sensors. Alright, I think I get the idea here. Volunteers? What's the worst that could happen? It's not like we just saw 3 people disintegrate into puddles of goo. The computer analyzes both sensors as large volumes of data fill the screen. A small thermal printer begins to spew out reams of information-laden paper. The text is thick with mind-numbing scientific jargon, charts, graphs, cryptic electrical and anatomical diagrams. Some printouts reference books and notes on the table. The titles of the textbooks stand out. Cloning in Our Time, Dream or Reality, Robotics, Cybernetics, and Cloning, The Future is Now, Cloning Theory and Practice, Life Everlasting, Business Prospectus, A New You. The list continues, but one component remains the same, the name on every title page. Professor Erwin John Finster, Ph.D. Really now? Every ranger knows the name of Erwin John Finster, the director of the infamous Project Darwin, and an old enemy of the Desert Rangers. Rosie's tenant, Irv, has some explaining to do. For those of you who haven't played the original Wasteland, Dr. Finster was actually the secondary antagonist of the original campaign, right behind the Cochise AI. From what I recall, he attempted to genetically engineer new flora and fauna for the post-apocalyptic world, but his vision of the world no longer included humanity. As far as he was concerned, they had already had their chance. What's going on here? The stink. Ain't nothing covering you up. Minus 5% evasion. That's unfortunate. Well, apparently we can remove that with an antidote. But we do not appear to have one. Third eye. Now you know what it means when they say someone's got eyes on the back of their head. Plus 10% crit chance. That is, slightly better. It actually kind of plays into my headcanon about Doll basically being psychic, given how she keeps transmitting information wordlessly. It looks like if we want to keep that, we'll have to avoid being treated by doctors. Might be worth it, though. Yeah, that more than doubled our crit chance, so we'll definitely try to hold on to that as long as we can. Okay, let's go have a chat with Miss Wong, let her know what we found. And I'm actually pretty sure we saw Irv just the other day. I really hope that's not something important, because we cannot click on it.
So, what'd you find in apartment 3? Was he making bombs like I said?
He wasn't there, and it's weirder than that.
Weirder how?
Well, your tenant may be associated with a dangerous scientist. He also has a cloning machine, and we killed several copies of him.
Yeah, you were right. That's weirder than making bombs. Can I at least go in and clean up?
I really wouldn't. It's not safe in there. Please stay out until we find him.
Oh, his security deposit's not gonna cover the repairs, is it? If he wasn't in his apartment, then he's probably at the bookshop in Market Square. Look for a skinny guy, always wearing a lab coat. Let me know what happens.
Yep, we definitely passed him earlier. Come on, November. Yeah, there's definitely guitar music, but only when we're right next to the apartments. Weird.
Maybe I'll join the marshals. I do like roughing people up.
You get drummed out in a
You have problems.
I'm sure they could use my help. I even got my own blackjack.
You ever noticed that the statue...
Hi. Hi. Do you have any books on cloning?
On what? Clowning? No clown books, sorry.
No, cloning! You know, using your own genetic material to make a new human.
Oh, you mean fuck fucking. Yes, I've got plenty of books about fucking.
What? No! No, not fucking! Cloning! It's how you make new humans without sex.
Jesus. Why would anyone want to do that?
One sec. Okay. Proceed. A tall, lanky man is looking over the books on the merchant's stall, muttering nervously to himself. Hi, mind if we ask you some questions?
I guess. Who are you?
We're the Desert Rangers. We've been helping out around Colorado Springs. Is your name Irv?
I'm Irv. What do you want?
We found some papers in your apartment, written by Erwin John Finster. Is that your real name? He looks around, nervously.
Please don't tell the marshals, but I'm one of his clones. Unfortunately, I'm 4th generation, at least. So, I'm not as smart as the original. Smart enough to use Dr. Finster's notes to get the cloning machine working again, but not smart enough to make good quality clones. I can't even make one as good as myself, and I'm not that good. Bits of me don't work very well at all.
I'll just ignore that. We were attacked in your apartment by a few guys that look just like you. Any explanation for that?
Oh no! Did you kill them?
Yeah, they're dead. Very dead. Sorry?
Oh, poor clones. They never really acted right. I screwed up the formula somehow.
So, tell us more about these clones.
Well, I guess I'm kinda afraid to make friends the normal way, so I made them an abnormal way. Only I didn't do it very well. When they came out of the chamber, there was something wrong with them. They were really stupid and really crazy. And they just got crazier day by day. If I hadn't run out of the apartment today, they would have killed me. I'm a bad father. I'm a bad father.
I don't know how to respond to this. What do you know about Dr. Finster?
Oh, Dr. Finster was a genius. He's the only person in the world to have mastered the cloning of humans. He may have become a little paranoid at the end, but that doesn't lessen any of the good he gave to the world. Until he decided all humans had to die. He was a real humanitarian.
Sure, that's fair. Is Finster still alive?
The original? No, not anymore, but I guess, in a way, as long as I'm alive, he is too, because I'm him, aren't I?
You want to rethink that response? He pales suddenly and swallows.
I'm him, but not the part of him that wanted to wipe out the entire human race, right? Yeah? I wasn't suggesting, no. You know the whole nature versus nurture debate? How some things are genetic and some things you learn? Well, that killing everybody part of him, that was nurture. He wasn't born that way, and neither am I swear. You believe me, don't you?
I love this guy. Yes, sir, we believe your story. And even if we didn't, I wouldn't do anything to hurt him. Smiling too much. My face hurts. Yeah, Irv. We believe you.
Oh, thank God. So, you're not gonna arrest me?
We're not. In fact, if you bring your cloning machine, you're welcome at Ranger headquarters. We could use a scientist like you. Also, it would get you out of Miss Wong's hair and, keep tabs on, a potentially degrading clone of our deadliest enemy.
You're gonna let me be a real scientist? This is the best! I'm so grateful! I'll do good work for you, I promise. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Irv.
Thanks again for letting me join the Rangers. I'm gonna go back home and pack in a minute. And I'm just trying to work up the courage to see my dead clones.
Well, if it's any consolation, there's really not much left of them.
See you at the Ranger headquarters soon.
All the classics.
All right, let's go let Miss Wong know how this all turned out, and then we'll wang-dang-doodle back to Ranger HQ.
Good job clearing out those sons of bitches. I'd help. When the sheriff tells you to man a spot, you man the spot.
Hey, whatever you have to tell yourself, Lupinski. I believe you. I think we're gonna have to save Brygo's place for next time.
Any word on the loony in number 3 yet, Rangers?
Yeah, we found Irv, and he won't be coming back. You can clear out his room now.
About time. Gonna take me a week to clean up that mess. What was his deal, anyway?
Well, he's a clone, and he was afraid of being found and arrested. So he hid in his room and made other clones for friends. We've all been there.
Ah, that's kinda sad. What did you do with him?
We've invited him to join us at Ranger HQ. He's going to work in our medical lab.
Well, how about that? I'm glad to hear it. Never wished the poor man ill, just didn't want him here.
You know what? I may have misjudged you as well, Miss Wong.
Thank you, Rangers. Here's a little something for taking care of the problem and tying it up in a pretty bow. So long. Oh, my sciatica.
Be seeing you, Rosie.
Gotta say, I really enjoyed that side quest. It was not at all what I was expecting, and it gave us some new perspective on Miss Wong and Marshal Quan. Not to mention, we got some decent rewards out of it, too. Why does Longway have 3 points in strength? Oh, right. It's because I was trying to offset the penalty for the Poindexter quirk. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, I think we're pretty much done here. We'll have to make sure we come back for that safe once we have 6 in lockpicking. Technically, we could use that skill book, but I think we're better off saving that until we're close to maxing it out. We'll head back to base, get this chicken in the coop, pick up an antidote, and check in on Irv. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and crack that safe in the tailor shop.
Maybe I'll join the marshals. You do like roughing people up.
You get drummed out in a second, you crackpot.
I'm sure they could use my help. I even got my own.
Martha? Josiah? Inappropriate. Ancient Love Letter. My dearest, I have left a puzzle for you as a test of our bond. This is the first of 3 special locations within this park. Today is Sunday. I am counting the days until we are together again. Again, that is not what I was expecting to find. Also, this is not a park. Customization station. That's cool. Maybe we can ask Josiah about that letter.
Welcome back to Cassidy's Fine Clothiers. What can I do for you?
Nope.
Thanks again for your help, old chums.
Rangers hailed as heroes. Dorseys flee the city.
That's us.
Would you rather free...
You're a barrel of monkeys, huh?
Come on, answer the question.
All right. Burn. You're gone faster.
That Reed kid crying in the cell. Doesn't realize he got off lucky.
Austin, your voice has changed. Jody? Irv.
Hi, Rangers. Thanks again for letting me work for you. This is so exciting.
Glad to have you. Are you enjoying the work?
I am so happy. I'm learning so much. All my life I wanted to be a scientist, but all I could do was read the books and dream. And now I can actually do things. It's incredible.
I agree. What do you think of Doc Parker?
He's wonderful. He's almost as smart as Dr. Finster, but without all the, evil.
Good to know. What are you working on?
A fungible time squeezer.
Cool. I think we'll pass on the cloning, considering the quality of the last batch we saw.
Thank you, Rangers. You saved my life.
More than happy to do it, Irv. Let's go ahead and grab an antidote.
What do you need, Rangers?
Careful.
Sure.
Don't want to lose that new eye we picked up. Still need to get that bulk purchase perk as well. Huzzah! Bonkers, you are back to your normal level of stink. Truly, this has been a productive day. Nothing going on in here, otherwise they would have prompted us.
Or would we be picking wires out of our teeth.
Don't eat my chickens. Also, that servitor is going bananas. This chicken appears to be, with very little success, endeavoring to tie strands of rope around its claws. This chicken appears to be shadowboxing, or at least meticulous about pecking the same spots in the air. Weird. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens when we bring even more cyber chickens back to roost. We needed 5 points for the one in the garden, I think. That's going to be a while.
Read the last issue of the Colorado Patriot?
Oh, real funny cartoon in there.
I was gonna ask about the articles, but never.
Hostages murdered by Dorsey thugs. Weston family confirmed dead.
By order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate.
My uncle, Gideon Reyes, wants to speak to the Rangers.
Okay, so he is her uncle.
Oh, of course, Miss Wesson. Open it up, fellas.
The gate opens before you.
Extra, extra, bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods!
No one's allowed in there.
What's in there?
Which word didn't you understand? Please, step away.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that is actually pretty obvious. That's the generator that powers the gate. We'll just stash that little tidbit in the old brain bank. There may in fact be a point where we have to force our way into Broadmoor Heights. Nobody's starving in this part of town, assuming they like cabbage, beets, and parsnips. Yeah, I could go for a parsnip.
Welcome to the right side of the tracks.
The windows are thick and double-paned. No expense was spared to keep out the cold.
Are you sure you're in the right part of town?
Yeah, I'm like 90% certain. 88. And this is definitely the cathedral. That's where Gideon said he would meet us. Hey, look at that. Now, how do we get you out of there? Oh, well, that was easy. Sleekly muscular, more raptor than foul. This cybernetically enhanced chicken cuts an unusually menacing figure. It paces and prowls, clearly displeased at your presence. 1 point short. It does not fluff. It does not posture. Instead, it glares. Warning incarnated into feathers. Alright, doll. Just slowly back away. But we will take that. Hey, a persuasion skill book. And an assortment of other interesting items. Not too shabby. Okay, looking at the clock, we're pretty much out of time, but let's at least have a chat with Gideon. That way we'll know what we're getting ourselves into. This man looks like he might have been drawn by a mathematician. Precision-cut luxury and manicured good looks.
Ah, you're the Rangers, yes? I'm most pleased to see you. I'm Gideon Reyes.
Uncle Gideon, you heard about my family?
I did, Sabrina, and I'm so sorry. You know you always have a place in my house, for as long as you need.
I know, and I am grateful. But I have a place with these Rangers now. We mean to see justice done for my family.
Is that so, Rangers?
That's right. Your niece is a deputized ranger now.
She was always an impressive girl. My sister would be proud of her. Now, I expect you're here about my call. There is a situation in Colorado Springs that requires a delicate touch. But first, you need to know the truth about this city. Colorado Springs isn't as prosperous as it pretends. We can barely feed our existing population, and now smugglers are bringing refugees into the city every day. If we had enough food to support them, we would welcome them, but we don't. I've asked the Patriarch to chase off these smugglers, but he says the crisis with the Dorseys and his children have left the Marshals spread too thin. It seems he'd rather just have Sheriff Daisy keep putting refugees in the pillories, rather than stopping the tide at its source. It's infuriating. And that is why I've called you.
I'm not sure I like where this is going, but let's see what we can find out. Sounds like the problem is the Patriarch's policies. Why punish the refugees for that?
You're right, Rangers. I am suggesting you to treat the symptom rather than the cause. But that is because the symptom is about to overwhelm us, and the cause... well, it is very difficult to change the Patriarch's mind. And if it can't be done, the alternative would be changing the regime. Which, even for those who have wanted it most, has seemed impossible. Thus, we must address things that are possible, like discouraging smugglers from bringing refugees to the city.
You're suggesting regime change?
Don't put words in my mouth, Rangers. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm merely stating realities. My loyalty to the Patriarch goes without saying. But let's save any talk of politics until after this refugee crisis is dealt with. Are you willing to help me or not?
I think we know the answer to this, but where are these refugees coming from?
The plains, mostly. After the Patriarch defeated the Eastern gangs, people started settling out there, thinking it was safe. Now the gangs have returned, and all the homesteaders are fleeing back to Colorado Springs.
So we have heard. Are you expecting us to do this for the public good?
Not at all. You will be well rewarded, and not just in money. I do a lot of business with the local Arapaho garage, and I can get them to provide you with the mechanics to service your vehicle. They always have the best, and I'll pay for everything.
I guess that would be Jimmy Longhaul. He seemed like a decent guy. Alright, we might not end up resolving this the way he wants, but yeah, we'll look into this for you.
Thank you. I'm told the smugglers are operating out of the Bazaar, a trader's market east of Colorado Springs.
Oh, nice. That's an excuse to go check out the world map. That is tempting.
When you find them, well, do what you can. Convince them to take the refugees elsewhere. Convince them to stop entirely. Arrest them. I just want this problem to go away. Thank you for agreeing to help. You are doing Colorado Springs a great service. Goodbye, and good luck.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, I am trying to be very careful about how I move here, so as not to trigger any more dialogue. But I think this brings us to a pretty good stopping point. Now, obviously, things didn't go quite as planned today, which is fine. I certainly didn't mind the tangent with Herb. That was actually one of my favorite things we've encountered thus far. And it is nice to have the occasional island of levity amidst the ocean of constant soul-crushing despair. That said, it does sound like we're headed into murky waters once more. So we will hit the pause button for now, but we will pick up here next time as we scope out Broadmoor. And I think we can actually reach the Patriarch's Palace from here, so we might give that a look as well. And after that, it's either Little Vegas or the Bazaar. I really haven't decided yet. But feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube or Twitch channels, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. As always, links are in the description.